government.
Okay, so here is my latest eBay find.
Communist criminals.
I got this radio on eBay, and it came with a battery which I had intended to rebuild, but the cardboard was moldy and soft, and I was not able to rebuild it. I had to dispose of the battery. It's a shame because it's a historical piece of equipment as well, just like the radio is. But it was not able to be saved. So inside here I have 10 9-volt batteries snapped together, ear to ear. So 10 volt, 9 volts snapped together to give me my 90 volt for the plate. And I have 6 D-size batteries taped together in holders for the 9 volt side. This has 9 volt under filament and 90 volt on the plate. And I did not do anything additional with this radio other than clean the volume pot a little bit, which it still needs to be cleaned more, but just as it sits, it works. The case, whatever latch it had to hold it, is no longer there, so I had to use some tape. But let me untape it and show you what I did battery-wise so you can see it. I just want to show you that this thing is indeed on battery. There's the rear, and she's not on 110. I like building batteries for these things just to show that they can be done. I'm going to put you on pause for a second, and I'm going to unpeel that tape, and I'll show you what's inside. Whatever the latch design was on this, it's no longer doing its thing where a piece of clear tape is. So hold on one second. Now this here is a battery I had built for another radio, and the one that was in here was not buildable. But inside of this is just, again, 10 9-volt batteries snapped together, giving me a end terminal on one battery and an end terminal on the other one. 10 batteries later, it gives me a plate voltage of 90, and then there are 6 D-size batteries in holders inside this box here, and soldered together and put on that. And that is how we got this radio to play. And we did nothing other. As soon as I plugged that in, the radio was already in the on position. As soon as I plugged it in, I instantly heard that AM radio whine that I love to hear before tuning a station. And that's all I did. Normally when I get these things, I have to clean some contacts. Sometimes the tubes themselves, the sockets are dirty and oxidized, and wiggling the tubes gets it to play. But this one played initially right off the cuff. And I don't know what year this one is, but it's an earlier model of this style of radio. I believe late 40s, earlier than the 50s. I believe this might be 1949, something of that nature. But anyway, I do have later iterations of this same radio. They're a little bit more attractive than this, but the same basic chassis, same basic shape. But it comes with the original cord, which is no good. And I don't know where the wire is, but this is a plug-in antenna. There would be a jumper that would go from here to this antenna. This antenna could be remotely attached to a window or something of that nature. Totally unnecessary. The ferrite rod antenna that's in there is picking up perfectly at my location.
We rely on people like you to help with our mission. Check us out on Facebook.
Sit off the near boards, Kyle Connor, a 30-goal scorer once again. 33 on the year, hard rim, out of the reach of Pionk. And the Jets will start again for the neutral zone. Velarde punts it along for Sam.
And now for the second part of the video, I am going to create some more period correct Eveready D-cells to replicate the Eveready 950s that were around in the 50s. And I'm going to use these modern day Kodak cells to do that. The tools I use to replicate this are tape, scissors, double stick tape, and my favorite, tacky glue. This tacky glue, the older it gets, the better it works for this purpose. It becomes more vicious, thicker, and stickier as it ages. So I prefer some older tacky glue. There is one right there, and I think that would look nice at home instead of a radio, where not too much attention is going to be paid to the detail of it. I think it would look very nice inside of a radio. And there you have it. Some viable, modern day, working D-cell batteries that look like they came out of 1930s and 40s to 1950s, almost 60. There they are. And they would look absolutely stellar inside of a radio. Just beautiful. Okay, so here's some different styles of batteries from my collection. These are not rebuildable, but they are replicatable. What you do to replicate those is you make a tube out of, a discarded toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube. And one of these batteries is the same diameter. So you put one of these in the tube and you make a conductor spacer of some kind inside the tube. I've done it before. And I have labels I can print out and put around that tube and make them look just like this. Just have it right here. And if you look at my other videos on YouTube, you'll see it there. These are rebuildable easily. I've not rebuilt this yet, but this is easily rebuildable. If they open up, and I can make 67.5 volts easily out of button cells. This one is not only easily rebuildable, it is rebuilt. These are not rebuildable, but I could also scan those labels carefully and make a replica. These are now replicated. So this, and this are actually live batteries. This is a battery that came out of a 1940s radio. It's a military battery, 1945, June, from the Army. It came in a radio. I imagine that radio was probably purchased by a soldier coming home, maybe as a gift for family, or maybe brought to battle. I don't know, But it did have these Army batteries inside from 1945, which are, you can tell they're heavier duty than the other styles of batteries that were available back then. So they were made to military spec. So there you have it. This is what I like to collect and like to do. Importantly, I like having the period correct looking batteries in the radios, so that if you open up a radio that you'd see something period correct. And that means replicating them because they don't exist anymore. But I think those look pretty good. They are working batteries, those two, and this one. This is not a working battery. That is obviously not a working battery. That's not, that is, these are not, but they can be replicated. So there you have it. Please like and follow. And if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Thank you.